Trusting yourself means living out what you already know to be true. What saves a man is to take a step, then another step. I wonder if that's how darkness wins, by convincing us to trap it inside ourselves, instead of emptying it out. I don't want it to win. I have made a ceaseless effort not to ridicule, not to bewail, not to scorn human actions, but to understand them. When you're the most happening person at the party, it's time to leave. When terrible things have happened to you, sometimes the promise of something good can be just as frightening. We strive for harmony, but it is not always realized. The mind is like a restless monkey, but with practice and detachment, it can be tamed and made peaceful. Be a surfer. Watch the ocean. Figure out where the big waves are breaking and adjust accordingly. Happiness consists in frequent repetition of pleasure. The best fiction is far more true than any journalism. If you want to tell the world who you are, then the world must first show what you do. Life is all about becoming a better version of yourself. Sometimes it's better to stop trying to make sense of things. Life isn't clear-cut. There are always gray areas. Depression isn't a war you win. It's a battle you fight every day. You never stop, never get to rest. It's one bloody fray after another. Truth is neither objectivity nor the balanced view. Truth is a selfless subjectivity. In 3 words, I can sum up everything I've learned about life. It goes on. I only want to write. And there's no college for that except life. Es ist nicht genick, zu wissen, man muss auch wenden. Es ist nicht genick, zu wollen, man muss auch tun. Having nothing to struggle against, they have nothing to struggle for. We have to know the truth about the past to discover our future. If the emotions are free, the intellect will look after itself. Sorrow looks back. Worry looks around. Faith looks up. Maturity is when you stop complaining and making excuses and start making changes. Stop feeling sorry for yourself, and you will be happy. People will not remember what you did for a living. They will remember how you touched them with kindness and loving. The art of being wise is knowing what to overlook. Rich people plan for 3 generations, poor people plan for Saturday night. We crave for new sensations but soon become indifferent to them. The wonders of yesterday are today common occurrences. Never let doubt guide your life's compass, as shadows fade once hope is found. When we are tired, we are attacked by ideas we conquered long ago. Yet he who reigns within himself and rules passions, desires, and fears is more a king. What you don't know won't hurt you. A dubious maxim. Sometimes what you don't know can hurt you very much. Success does not consist in never making blunders, but in never making the same one a second time. You can't always judge people by the things they've done. You got to judge them by what they are doing now. Know what you want, work to get it, then value it once you have it. Any problems that may occur have ultimately been caused by you, because you are responsible for where you are and what you are doing there. Never confuse a single defeat with a final defeat. In the face of adversity, we have a choice. We can be bitter, or we can be better. Those words are my North Star. Positive anything is better than negative nothing. Whether you think you can, or you think you can't, you're right. Now this might disturb you, but I find I'm okay by myself, and I don't need you or your benevolence to make sense. Sisters in battle, I am shield and blade to you. As I breathe, your enemies will know no sanctuary. While I live, your cause is mine. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. The tyrant dies and his rule is over. The martyr dies and his rule begins. If you have joy in your heart, even the most mundane moments will become extraordinary. Step follows step. Hope follows courage. Set your face towards danger. Set your heart on victory. Fame is a vapor. Popularity is an accident. Riches take wings. Those who cheer today may curse tomorrow, and only one thing endures: character. No other success can compensate for failure in the home. I believe that just because something didn't go the way you planned it once, it's no reason not to try again. We fool ourselves so much we could do it for a living. Friendship happens when the distance between the hearts tends to zero. Without deviation from the norm, progress is not possible. Life is too short or too long for me to allow myself the luxury of living it so badly. Today is the oldest you've ever been, and the youngest you'll ever be again. Luck is a matter of preparation meeting opportunity. Happiness is permanent. What is temporary is sadness. I am ignorant of absolute truth, but I am humble before my ignorance, and therein lies my honor and my reward. Change your life today. Don't gamble on the future. Act now, without delay. I prefer for my world to have the highest certification of being a faithful representation of the exterior world. It takes greater faith to dance in the dark than to rest in light. Do every act of your life as though it were the very last act of your life. Do not seek to follow in the footsteps of the wise. Seek what they sought. Life is like an onion. You peel it off one layer at a time, and sometimes you weep. You will never be able to escape from your heart, so it's better to listen to what it has to say. It is not hard to walk without looking. It is hard to walk without seeing. The truth may not set you free, but used carefully, it can confuse the hell out of your enemies. Every immigrant who comes here should be required within 5 years to learn English or leave the country. I allow manipulation to find out where my enemy wants me to go. Then I use my mind to break the trap and punish the perpetrators. The universe is not outside of you. Look inside yourself. Everything that you want, you already are. In order to succeed, your desire for success should be greater than your fear of failure. To conquer oneself is the best and noblest victory. To be vanquished by one's own nature is the worst and most ignoble defeat. A hero is someone who has given his or her life to something bigger than oneself. Those who bring sunshine into the lives of others have discovered the secret to genuine happiness and fulfillment. That's how I know they are dreams, because the simple and plain and everyday things are the ones that we can never have. Simple the life, simpler will be your instincts. The laws that govern universe will obey your simplicity. Do not sabotage your new relationship with your last relationship's poison. Earth provides enough to satisfy every man's needs, but not every man's greed. But better to get hurt by the truth than comforted with a lie. Even in the far future, never forget that you have right now wherever you are right now. You're just taking a break. In a time of deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act. To assess the quality of thoughts of people, don't listen to their words, but watch their actions. If it's going to be a world with no time for sentiment, it's not a world that I want to live in. When you are in company of people who don't add value to your life, you risk wasting your effort to succeed. Nobody's going to win all the time. On the highway of life, you can't always be in the fast lane. They say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I think the same could be said for time. Books have a way of finding their way into our lives, usually right when we need them the most. Inspiration is like perspiration. It tends to strike at the most inopportune of times. All the world is queer save thee and me, and even thou art a little queer. Man cannot discover new oceans unless he has the courage to lose sight of the shore. All paths are present, always, and we can but choose among them. Queequeg was a native of Kokavoko, an island far away to the west and south. It is not down in any map. True places never are. You see, the deaf have an intimacy with silence. It's there in their dreams. It is error alone which needs the support of government. Truth can stand by itself. There is nothing more important than your eternal salvation. Ability, experience, and books have solution for all the problems. There were many terrible things in my life, and most of them never happened. Though we tremble before uncertain future, may we meet illness, death, and adversity with strength. May we dance in the face of our fears. In the high country of the mind, one has to become adjusted to the thinner air of uncertainty. Don't be pushed around by the fears in your mind. Be led by the dreams in your heart.